Picture this. You're home alone, finally enjoying a quiet Saturday morning, when suddenly there's a knock at your door. You open it to find two confused kids standing there with backpacks and a taxi driving away. Your brother just dropped them off without permission. Sound insane? This actually happened to someone, and what unfolded next reveals something disturbing about family boundaries that most people refuse to talk about. Because here's the thing, this wasn't about babysitting at all. It was about something far more dangerous that's happening in families everywhere, and chances are it's already happening in yours. Let me break down what really went on here, because the surface story is wild enough, but the psychology underneath, that's where it gets truly unsettling. So our person, let's call her Maya, had already told her brother she couldn't babysit. Clear boundary, right? She had work commitments, personal plans, and frankly, his kids weren't her responsibility. But here's what makes this fascinating from a behavioral standpoint. Her brother didn't just ignore the no. He weaponized it. He turned her boundary into a crisis that she would have to solve, knowing she couldn't leave two children stranded on her doorstep. This is called forced compliance through manufactured emergency, and it's a manipulation tactic that's shockingly common in families. Research from the Journal of Family Psychology shows that boundary violations within families are often disguised as emergencies or just this once scenarios. But they're not accidents, they're tests. Think about what Maya's brother actually did here. He paid for a taxi. He packed the kids' bags. He gave the driver her address. Every single step was calculated. This wasn't desperation, it was strategy. And the scariest part? He knew she'd do exactly what she did. Let the kids inside, feed them, keep them safe. Because what else could she do? Now you might be thinking, okay, but family helps family, right? And that's exactly the trap. Because here's the twist that nobody wants to acknowledge. Helping becomes enabling the moment it rewards manipulation. What Maya faced wasn't a one-time emergency. According to relationship psychologists, this pattern where someone creates a problem they know you'll fix typically escalates. First, it's unannounced babysitting. Then it's borrowing money they never repay. Then it's moving in temporarily for 6 months. The pattern doesn't stop because fundamentally it works. But here's where the story takes a turn that reveals the real issue. When Maya confronted her brother afterward, he didn't apologize. He got angry. Furious, actually. Said she was selfish, that family is supposed to sacrifice, that she embarrassed him in front of his kids. Her reaction tells you everything. Because genuine emergencies come with apologies. Manipulation comes with blame shifting when it's exposed. Her brother wasn't upset that he inconvenienced her. He was upset that his control tactic might not work next time. And that's the uncomfortable truth nobody discusses about family dynamics. Some relatives don't want your help. They want your compliance. They want to know that no matter what boundary you set, they can still override it. Because once they prove your no doesn't actually mean anything, they own every decision you make afterward. The real question isn't whether Maya should have watched those kids that day. Of course she kept them safe. The real question is, what happens next time? Because there will be a next time, unless she does something most people find almost impossible when it comes to family. She has to let the consequences happen to him, not her.